Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is your reading for the next 3 weeks that we're covering November 11th to November 30th, 2019. Thank you so much for being here. So glad you can make it. Hope you're all doing well. And happy Thanksgiving to those of you who are celebrating Thanksgiving. Now, Sagittarius, I already shuffled and laid out your spread, so let's just dig right into your reading, okay? Sagittarius, you have encouragement. That's a 54 breaking down to a 9. So with encouragement here, I feel that you are focused on a very particular connection, relationship, or situation, but this feels like there's a focus on a particular relationship. Perhaps the relationship that you are involved in with your significant other, your mate, your lover, your husband, your wife, whomever is significant for you right now, that encouragement is the focus around this. With it breaking down to a 9, there's something that you may be trying to make culminate or that you want to see culminate here. There may be something that you want to clear out or you want to clean up or you want to get some sort of closure to, or you may feel is in its final stages or coming to an end, or you may be trying to have something come into fruition in this connection or relationship, or there's something that you want to retain or build upon here. There may also be a focus where you're very determined about this connection, and you may even be focusing on perhaps being consulted by someone, or that you want to consult this connection with who it pertains to. But there's a focus of encouragement. You want some sort of support, okay? Um, you want more of a connection. You want more of an understanding here. You want to feel more encouraged about this relationship and connection, or you are having trouble or struggling with it. Perhaps you're feeling discouraged and you're needing to get some sort of validation here or some sort of understanding about where things are and where things are going. Now, you also have here new beginnings, which is a 2. So there is something to do with the relationship. There may be some duality here. Also, you may be focusing on what your options are. There may be two options around this connection, whether to continue with this connection, or perhaps you're pondering whether to end it due to perhaps issues around a sense of encouragement lacking here, or support or security in this connection. But you are focusing on trying to have a new beginning. You want something new to happen. You perhaps want some changes around a connection, or you want to have a new start, or you may be trying to take leadership in a connection, that you want some more encouragement to happen in the situation. There may be some issues around indecision, or there may be problems about what is being offered in this connection, or the lack of what's being offered here. Or you may be having your scope around this connection in such a way that there may be some interest towards how to gain more balance, or there may be something imbalanced here. But you're focused on this commitment. You want commitment, or you may be having issues with the commitment. There may be a lack of commitment, but something's going on there. And so, with that too, you may also be trying to discover or do a process of discovery to try to figure things out with this person. Or someone may be trying to do with this with you, or both are trying to do this with the focus of perhaps trying to reorient the situation and to try to recenter it. You do have reunion of souls, which is a 7. With reunion of souls here, this is definitely a connection involving two people where you're looking to reconnect, where there may be some sort of upheaval or conflict or problem with the connection. You may be lacking faith in the connection, or you may be trying to redeem this connection, or you may be considering whether or not you should. You also could be focusing on issues of the ability to work on this connection or to sustain it. You may be concerned about the discretion that needs to happen or is happening or is not happening in this connection or relationship that you're focusing on. But you are looking to have some sort of progress or perhaps maybe even make some sort of spiritual connection. But there may be a lot of emotions here that you're trying to overcome some obstacles or challenges in this connection that you want to see a new beginning or you want things to be improved and you want to be encouraged in this situation or there's issues of being encouraged about it and whether or not you can have this new beginning form or whether or not you can reconnect with this person or that you can get cooperation or support. Now you also have many cards with many colors that came out. And so you have impasse. So you and who you are focused on is at an impasse where things are stuck or things are not moving, things are not progressing. You feel that there are blockages, but there is some sort of problems that are existing, and there is trouble with figuring out how to move beyond those problems or issues, or maybe even trouble with how to address it. You have the moon in the back here, so there's a lot of emotions around this. Emotions could be fluctuating. You also have facade. So with facade here, I feel like this is you wanting to stand in your personal power, drawing your inner strength to address whatever is causing you any stress or affecting your self-esteem here, where you want to remove any of the illusions or bullshit or what you see as an illusion or bullshit in a situation or that you feel with regard to who you're dealing with is putting up for a facade with you. It's like you just want to get rid of the facade. You want to keep it real. You want to keep it 100. You want to keep it 1,000, right? You want to have that real talk, that straight talk. You want some clarity here, some understanding, because something isn't really clear. And with this being, this is a person that's old and someone young. You may feel like someone is immature, inexperienced, or someone may be feeling that someone else is feeling rigid, stuck in their ways, or inflexible. But there's an issue with getting on the same page. Okay? Wanting to get rid of that facade and get on that same page. You also have bittersweet. So I feel that you're not completely happy with your connection, but you're not all that dissatisfied either. There's a lot of good things with it, but there's a lot of bad things with it, or at least you see it's bad things with it. But it's like a bittersweet situation here. And this is something perhaps you're focusing on wanting to communicate about because maybe more bitter is happening than sweet. You also have insecurity. So there is some toxicity here. Okay, someone may have some self-esteem issues or feel brokenhearted or feel that there are issues around love or being able to have a connection or feeling heartbroken here. Or this is just some insecurities about the relationship, about the person you're involved in, or someone having these insecurities towards you. But there's a lot of toxicity here. Okay? Something that you may be feeling burdened or weighed down by. Okay? With or you're lacking security about the relationship, or you want to be made to feel more secure about your connection, or someone may want this from you. It is also possible perhaps that this insecurity that you're experiencing or that someone feels may be experiencing from you, that they may feel burdened, or you may be feel burdened by the insecurity that's being witnessed here or felt. And now you also have impartiality. Okay? So with impartiality here, you want things to be more fair. It says here, there's what, oh, this is just saying paint. You want to paint a new picture, okay? You want to see how you can be more creative, or how this relationship can be worked on creatively to be able to figure out how to address any discouraging factors and gain more encouragement about it, to have a new beginning, to have new things, new variables come into play here. So, in order to reconnect or to stay connected and to have cooperation and support, but to also get through the impasse that you feel you are experiencing with your significant other or connection you are focused on here. You want you want things to be looked at fairly, um, and you want impartial view in the situation, or you may be feeling that you are lacking impartiality here. You may feel that the relationship is more partial, where the person is benefiting more, or you may not feel that you're benefiting enough, or that the relationship is not working for you as much as it may be working for someone else, or vice versa. And you want to set that right. You want to balance it out. You also have K Sarah Sarah and watch your back. Look at all that yellow. That's that solar plexus. Uh-huh. And with this solar plexus, this is definitely you want to stand in your personal power. This is you wanting to stand in your inner strength. This is you wanting to be empowered in a situation. You want to address some stress, or where you feel you are experiencing a hit to your self esteem. Or someone may be like this with you. But notice here with K Sarah Sarah, this is talking about what will be, will be. What will be in this situation is what you make it. Or you are looking to see what will be of this relationship or connection here. And with watch your back, there's some things that is an aggravation or a nuisance to you that you are now wanting to address, and you wanting to swat and get rid of and do away with and remove those issues. There also could be other people that are external factors to the situation, where they may be needing to be removed, because you may need to watch your back. They may be interfering in your connection, or whatever, who and what you're focused on, in such a way that there's problems existing, or problems could exist here. I say that because you do have the Three of Cups that did come out in your spread. And with the Three of Cups, there could be something to do with a three-party situation, or just there are external factors that are influencing and affecting your relationship or connection, or there's a focus on you wanting to have that cooperation and support, or wanting to be able to reconnect, or concerned about the connection, where others may be some sort of influence, or and that influence could be of a help or a disadvantage here. But you need to be able to decide and watch your back on what will be. And so you also have look to the light. If you take a look, there's the light right there. But all of this here is gray. There's a gray area to your relationship or your connection, where things are cloudy and unclear. And you want clarity. You want to remove the cloudiness, the fog around the relationship, the confusion, the issues. And you want to clear things up. You want to clean things out. And you want to be able to, uncover what may need to come to the light or come to the surface. But you want to bring into any clouds or confusion or issues. And you want to bring light to the situation for yourself and for this person or connection that you're dealing with. So now your overall energy, Sagittarius, is you do have this Nine of Coins, and you do have this Three of Cups. So there can be a celebration that's happening, being that you do have the Thanksgiving holiday, or there may be a particular celebration or a focus on a celebration here. Or this could have been as a result of a coming together or celebration or partying with others, and you looking at how to gain cooperation and support, or you're looking at your connection as a result of looking at other connections, and what those other connections may be lacking, or what those other connections may have that's positive that you may want to have worked out in your connection. But with this nine of coins, you want to gain, you want more security here. You may be concerned about whether or not you should be focusing on no, I feel like with this nine of coins, you may feel like you're the one doing all the work in your connection, and you're wanting to be more resourceful about addressing this and getting more support and cooperation in this connection. Or you may be trying to see how to work on this connection to get that harmony that you want to see happen here. So you want to gain here, but I feel like, because this bird that this character has can't see. So you may feel like you don't know how to address it, or you don't see a way to get that cooperation and support to achieve what you want in a connection, to have it improve, to be more encouraged by it, to see new things happen, to reconnect, to get through an impasse you're experiencing or insecurities you have about it, or where you feel that the relationship feels more partial and it needs to be more balanced in some way. And so in the recent past, you do have this King of Swords. This here is mental energy, communication, truth, wisdom. So I feel with this King of Swords in the recent past, you may have made a decision to communicate with the focus on needing to speak your truth or get clarity or have something examined, or where you wanted to get more understanding, or you trying to see the logic in something, or you trying to have the logic in the relationship understood or realized. But with the King of Swords, you want to cut out the bullshit and you want to speak your truth with who you're dealing with, or someone dealing with you. With this King of Swords, you could be dealing with an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini here that could be in focus. Spirit, tell me more about this King of Swords. You may have been focused on the King of Swords in the recent past that this is pertaining to. Or this King of Swords is focused on you, or both, male or female, where the truth needed to be spoken, getting wisdom and understanding and enlightenment around the situation needed to happen, needing to be mature in the communication, or wanting mature communication in the recent past in order for you to gain the cooperation and support and get harmony, or to be able to reconnect with this individual. Now, it is possible with the King of Swords you could have been dealing with someone in authority, or you could have gone to someone that has some expertise with the way to communicate or consider or help in the assessment of the situation, as it has to do with you wanting to get through an impasse that you feel you are experiencing, or that you want to bring something to light, or you want to be able to clear away the confusion or the fog around what's going on in a connection or a relationship, where you may have sought counsel to get some encouragement in a situation, or counsel for you both. Spirit, tell me more about this King of Swords. Thank you. With that King of Swords, you do have the Eight of Wands. So this is you wanting progress, wanting movement, but definitely there was a lot of communication back and forth, corresponding. It may have even taken a while to get everything out, to have that exchange. Underneath, you do have that Nine of Cups. This is you focusing, wanting some satisfaction in a situation, wanting wish fulfillment around this. Okay? There could have been, with this Nine of Cups, I'm feeling like you may have felt someone was being selfish, or someone may have been feeling like you were selfish in this connection. But you may have had issues of contentment, or someone may have had issues of contentment with you. But I feel that this is you talking it out, okay? Wanting to see progress, wanting to see movement with this connection, or with this communication, or with a plan or logic that needs to be done that makes sense in order for what you want to gain, which is you wanted that security. With all this red here with this Nine of Pentacles, there may be a focus on the root chakra, where you were focusing on the security of the relationship, or you felt a lot of anxiety or felt very ungrounded about the connection, and you were concerned about how to work on it. You may have felt that you single-handedly are the one doing everything in a relationship, and you needed that to change. Things needed to be cut out, or be reevaluated and looked at, because in your current energy and situation, you do have the moon here, Sagittarius. So with the moon, you could have been dealing with the Pisces or Cancer here, or have this energy in your chart. But with the moon, there's a lot of emotions at play right now for you. A lot of emotions fluctuating up and down. You may be feeling a lot of uncertainty. You may feel like there was some deception at present with the moon. There was a lot of fears here. There was a lot of confusion, uneasiness. There may be issues with getting clarity here, or perhaps you felt like you needed to follow your intuition at present. But I also feel with this moon, you see, while there may be confusion and high emotions here, I do feel that there's an air of things being cleared away and the confusion being lifted here, because you don't really see a fog around this. So there may be some clarity here. Um, there may be uncovering of the deception of what you may have felt were lies or deceit or betrayal here, or where you had intense emotions around it. You may have been able to clear the fog at present, even though emotions may still be running quite high. Spirit, tell me more about the moon for Sagittarius. Tell me more about the moon for Sagittarius. Somebody may have felt you were being real crabby and insensitive or insensitive, or this is how you were feeling about someone, or this may have been what both of you were feeling. It's almost like as if there was a lot of barking about your feelings here for you or the other person, or both. And I feel like there was a lot said. There was a lot of perhaps negative uh, matters around this that needed to be fleshed out. And I feel like, this was about bringing things to the surface, bringing it to the light, and clearing away the confusion. Tell me more about the moon. And this is your present energy. So your emotions are still very high right now, Sagittarius, around this. But you are hoping to gain in this situation. You are hoping to prosper this. You are hoping that this things that needed to be seen are seen, or what needs to happen will happen here. Tell me more about the moon, please, for Sagittarius. Thank you. On the moon, you do have the Fool. So you could be dealing with an Aries or an Aquarius. But with the Fool, this is about you trying to have a leap of faith with something that you may be experiencing some sort of fears around, or you may be trying to take this situation in a new direction, or it may not be clear to you whether or not you'll be able to head in this new direction that you're intending to go on, because you want to move on from what's no longer serving you. Now, for some of you, you are getting that clarity right now, and there's an ability to go in a new direction and be more optimistic, because you're able to move on after having communicated and addressed or expressed your concerns or your issues, or where you felt there was an impasse, or where you felt that something needed to be swatted. Okay? That you needed to get rid of the nuisance or the issues and bring something to light, because something needed to be more fair, and you perhaps may have even turned to someone that had an impartial view in a situation in an effort to be able to balance it. And with the bittersweet here, it may have been difficult, or there was a lot of issues with around being able to address this, but that you're now in the sweet spot where there's some progress or signs of light in the situation showing here through the clouds, through the confusion, through the fog, through all the issues that was stirring here, that you just needed to have a sense of what the fuck was happening. And with this Eight of Cups, you put a lot of energy and effort and time into this. You're very much emotionally invested in the situation, and you wanted to move on from the things that weren't making you happy, that weren't serving you, or you may be thinking about doing that. So for some of you with the moon and the fool, this may be you breaking away from that confusion, from whatever may have been only seen in part, or that someone may have been acting like a fool, or you felt foolish around, and either you are leaving this connection with the Eight of Cups here, or you are bringing things to light because you are not satisfied and you want to be able to move on and take it in a new direction, and feel a sense of optimism and encouragement and support here. And so in the future, you do have the sun. Booyah! So with the sun here, you could have been dealing with the Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius being, who you were dealing with, or this is you with the sun here. This is you being able to bring things to light. This is you being able to see positive outcomes. This is you being able to have some sort of small victory after adversities that you were dealing with here. This is you being able to put the energy and effort into the situation, or see energy and effort being put in the situation by both, being that you do see these two symbols here. So both are choosing to clear the air, to be more positive towards the situation, and see progress here. Spirit, tell me more about the sun. Tell me more about the sun. So you may be achieving some happiness here for yourself, Sagittarius. I do want you to know with the sun here, this is positive energy being pumped into your circumstances and situation. Even the relationship that is a focus to you, that you're dealing with, and you're being supported by the universe so that you can have more positive outcome or better circumstances play out here. And it seems that you do with this sun here. Something positive happens, things come to light, and you're able to get happiness here, have new energy put into the situation, be encouraged, and maybe even the other person be encouraged, being able to swat away the nuisances, bring things to light, and get through the impasse that you were experiencing, or that you're dealing with here, or did deal with here. Spirit, tell me more about the sun. And so this is you gaining in the situation, coming together, having a sense of community. Tell me more about the sun. Thank you. With the sun, you have the Page of Wands. So this is you going on a new path. Okay? This is you being able to reconcile with that Six of Cups, being able to come up with a solution, an understanding, bring some matters to a close, or get some satisfaction around it at least. But with the Page of Wands, this is going in a new direction. This is being inspired, being encouraged about the new beginning, or the new process that's happening, or the ability to connect or shed light on the situation, or get through an impasse, or address the insecurities, and what was bitter make sweet, or what was more bitter than sweet make it sweeter than it was, or with the goal of doing that. And getting rid of the facade, clearing away things, speaking your authentic truth here. And so your challenge is the High Priestess. With the High Priestess, you could be dealing with the Cancer, or you could be dealing with the Taurus. So with the High Priestess here is your challenge. There may be issues with your ability to have the wisdom, the enlightenment, the understanding in this relationship or connection, or your focus, your ability to be able to uncover all the secrets. With this High Priestess, there may be a challenge with getting validation here, okay, or being able to have a communion with who you're dealing with this High Priestess, because the High Priestess talks about secrets, intuition, enlightenment, understanding. And so you could be focused as well on the choices that need to be made, how to have balance here, how to commit, what to offer, okay, with the High Priestess. There may be a focus on the emotions and memory with the Knight of Wands showing up. This is you perhaps having a challenge with, the actions that need to be taken to see that movement and progress that you want here. And with the Three of Pentacles here, with what you want to work on and build and create, or that you don't want to be the only one working on this connection or relationship. You want this to be something that's invested by and worked on by you and the other person. Spirit, tell me more about the High Priestess. Because with this High Priestess, there's a sense of fogginess here. You may be challenged with whether or not you made your point, or if the message is clear, or is it really understood, or was enlightenment or will enlightenment exist here with the things that have been foggy, or there was confusion around, or where there were secrets, or with the things that needed to be uncovered, or the challenge of whether or not things are truly uncovered in this matter, or if you can uncover everything and have wisdom around it to address it. Spirit, tell me more about the High Priestess for Sagittarius, please. Thank you. So you have on the High Priestess the Hierophant. Okay, this is definitely to do with a relationship with the High Priestess and the Hierophant here. So with the Hierophant, you could be dealing with the Taurus or have this energy in your chart. With the Five of Swords underneath, there was some fighting. You might be challenged with whether or not there's going to still be fighting or disputes, or whether or not, if a decision was agreed upon and made, whether or not someone would change their mind or not stick to what was confronted. You may be having challenges about what is needing to be confronted, or if what is needing to be addressed or being addressed or looked at will be confronted, and where you can be able to see a way to establish a way to deal with it, or figure out what needs to be instituted. If you will get the commitment in this situation, if there are issues around belief systems, or there may be issues of faith, or whether or not things will change, or whether or not things going to just stay the way they are, and you may be challenged by all of that, and wanting to see victory and not wanting to fight, and not wanting to experience any loss as a result, and wanting to diffuse any arguments here. And so your likely outcome, I like it. You do have the Eight of Cups. So with the Eight of Cups here, this is you moving on from the issues that emotionally affected you, that caused an impasse in you or in the situation or the connection that you're dealing with. This is you being able to move on from what no longer serves you or what you weren't happy about, and move towards the light. Okay? Seeing the light of day around this, seeing the improvements, seeing the change, seeing the new day, seeing the new beginning, seeing that reunion of souls, of the connection, and seeing what will be. Spirit, tell me more about the Eight of Cups for Sagittarius, please. And with the Eight of Cups, this is also advising you to focus on how to move on from the things that you're not happy about. One way or another, I suppose, Sagittarius. Okay? But this is you, being invested in, self-love, but also, speaking your truth, and that what you require in love, or what is lacking in it for you. Tell me about this Eight of Cups for Sagittarius. Thank you. With the Eight of Cups, you do have this Three of Wands. Nice. So this is you waiting to see your ships come in, or this is you starting to see your ships come in. But this is you perhaps even implementing something new. But this here is taking the action and having the drive and having the focus to work on things. But also to work together, to have things that work out and come together, and to see results. And this is you moving on and seeing results in the situation. Something that caused you to feel very tired and weary and even wounded by it, but also that you didn't give up on. And this is perhaps you surrendering, or who you're dealing with surrendering all of the negativity and adversities that was going on here with the focus of seeing how to work things out and come together and see progress and being able to move on with that Eight of Cups. This is very nice, Sagittarius. So let's take a look at what some additional guidance is here for you. Dear Spirit, what is the guidance, please, for Sagittarius, November 11th to November 30th, 2019? Can we please have some additional guidance and message for all the Sagittarius moving forward, November 11th to November 30th, 2019? What is some guidance, please? Thank you. Letting go, Sagittarius. Letting shit go. It's a 21 breaking down to a 3, which talks about that community, that connection or reconnection. It talks about you putting in the hard work, focusing on how to deal with the situation to reconnect or keep the connection, focusing on maintaining the situation by nurturing it, by having that creativity and imagination towards the possibilities and seeing how to come together and work things out. But this is the guidance, is letting go, release, farewell, impermanence. Okay? Letting go, releasing the negativity, the things that no longer serve you, and focusing on your happy and focusing on, the connection that can be sustained because it's a mutual focus, a mutual effort in the situation to move on from the difficulties, to gain, to prosper, and to feel more secure and confident and comforted and encouraged by it, because you speak up and you remove the secrets by speaking your truth. Speaking your truth and requiring the truth from who you're dealing with so that you can figure this out. And being confident about standing in your authentic truth and expressing yourself so that there is no facade, there's nothing misleading, and whatever's been hidden or not been shared or said gets said and put on the table. All of it being exposed so that there can be a commitment, there can be faith about this connection, there can be wisdom put into the situation, the removing the fog and the confusion and the upset emotions or the fears or the deception that's here, and move forward. And with it being bittersweet, that means it's going to take work to see the progress, but progress is possible and progress will and can happen. I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.